Hey friends, good to talk to you again even though I can't do it in person. So today I just wanted to go over a couple of things from the new catalog. I hope you've had a chance to look at it either by paper copy or online. So I wanted to start with the new in colors. So I've had a couple people ask me, exactly what they're like. So Bumblebee is one, and just as a comparison, you can see it's close to the Crushed Curry, which was an old color, and much darker than the Daffodil. And then we have the Magenta Madness, which to me is much brighter than like the Melon Mambo. See, you can see a big difference in that. We have the Cinnamon Cider, which I really like a lot. And then that's, so you can kind of see the Soft Suede has much more maybe green in it than the Cinnamon Cider. We have the Misty Moonlight, which to me is similar along the lines of the Not Quite Navy, but you can see it's much more blue. And that's also the Pretty Peacock. That looks much more green. And of course the Night of Navy is much darker. And then the Jade, which is a really pretty new color. The Call Me Clover was similar, and the Sage to me was similar, of course, but much lighter. Okay, so that's just as a comparison, and those were the 5 new in colors. Now, one of the things that's in the catalog, and it's back here on 154, I have them marked, but is this Flowers for Every Season, which is the 5 new colors, and it comes with the envelopes and the cards already cut out that match. They're all the 5 new in colors, and they also have the enamel dots that are in the 5 new in colors. So if you're looking for, a quick matching easy card, I'm going to show you a couple of those. This is a great thing to get. Okay, so the first set that I got, which I'm very excited about, was the Whale Done. Okay, so that's on page 96 in the catalog, and it's got a couple of really cute sayings. It's got, of course, the jellyfish and the turtle and some seaweed and coral, a little tiny seahorse, and this just caught my eye the first time. There's also some designer series paper, which is 6x6, and it comes with one side that is just in a solid color with the fish, and then the other sides have different scenes on them, underwater scenes. There are ones with turtles, and there are ones with the little seahorses. This turtle one I just really love. Isn't that pretty? So, and of course, when you get the designer series paper, all the coordinating colors are always listed on that descriptor too. All right, so the first, oh, and another thing I got was the new, sorry, that's sticking to the back. It's the Seabed, which is one of the new embossing folders. And I think I have that somewhere in the back here too. There's the folders. Okay, and that's this one, the Seabed. It's a 3D folder, but it's really cool with all of the different, like underwater scene kind of looking thing. So I'm just going to move that out of the way and move the designer or the new in colors out of the way. So the whale we can do a couple different ways. So this time I took the punch, which you can see you have the punch for the whale. You have these little pieces which are for the water coming up out of the spout. That's a little eye, and then this is the fin on the side, and this is the belly of the whale. I was a little confused when I first got that as to what went where. Okay, so I did just the seabed in a blue, and then used the whale. And if you, on the seabed, on just a couple of these, I also added a little wink of Stella. Thought that was nice. There's one of those eyes there. There we go. Okay, so you can do it that way. You can also stamp the whale here and cut it out. So on this one, I took some of the designer series paper and I just put a 2-inch strip down with that, and then I cut another small strip and turned it over on the back side, remember I was showing you on the paper, it had, you know, one side was the scene and the other side was the back side. And then I put a piece of the coordinating green, and then I think I would take my words and maybe pop those up. I did a couple of little pieces of seaweed on there, and then I would put the whale on here. So wouldn't that turn out to be a cute card? All right, so then for this one, the whales that come actually as one of the pieces of designer series paper, you can also use as the punch. I would caution you, if you want to punch them out here, you're going to end up, as you can see, maybe punching out other things that you don't want. Like it's, you know, the little pieces are going to get into the other pieces. So I would cut this out first, and then because it's hard to slide in here and punch, if you'll just use a piece of Post-it note, and then that help you to more easily stick it in there. Of course, it's not going to be easy to stick in while I'm on camera. There we go. And then you can line that up. So the ones from the designer series paper also match the punch. Okay. So if I just took a piece of the paper, again, this has got the green fish on the back, but this is one of those scenes. And then it might be cute. You can also, don't forget, you can stamp words or whatever you want on the designer series paper. But I thought maybe I would take it and just stamp some fish. So I'm using a gray, just because I think this card has an awful lot of color going on anyway. So let's hope that I'm not doing the fish upside down or something. But look how easy that was. And then you've got fish added. I would then add my whale. Maybe put him that way. And then you could either stamp your words on the designer series paper. You could put it on a separate piece like I did here and add it. Or you could save it and put the words on the inside. Another really cute whale card. Okay, so the last one that I'm going to show you with the whale is using one of these in color envelopes and card that come already. So they're already, this is already on there. This comes just like this. Okay, so all I've done is folded it in half. And then I used the jade, which I really like. Remember that we have the colors. So this is the Misty Moonlight, and this is the Just Jade, and I did that seabed. I put that on there, and then I stamped the whale in the Misty Moonlight, and I would put him on here, and then I put the whale done. So I just wanted to show you too, we don't have a little punch like that. So if you just take your regular strip of paper and feed it in, well, of course that's going to be easier to do it this side. See, I can just line that up and punch both sides to get the smaller one. You don't have to use the whole punch, in other words. You could use just a piece of it. So I would put that one here and probably put this on there. And then you could stamp some of your sea life, a turtle or some of the seaweed or the coral or something on the inside of the card. So that would be, I think, really cute. Okay, so then the other set that I knew I had to get when I saw this was the Arrange a Wreath. I've always wanted to have a wreath set. So this one comes with the matching thinlits, okay, and they have the actual wreath that's also the same as the one that you can stamp, and then there's an additional wreath, and there's lots of flowers. Of course, you've got the pears and the Easter eggs and the flower and the leaf and the hearts and everything. So I just thought that this would be a great way to make some all occasion cards, but using a wreath. It's just something that I've always wanted to do. So the first one I'll show you is that I just stamped the wreath. That's actually an old olive. And then I stamped the Give Thanks in the middle. All right, so then I cut out another one of these wreaths. Remember, there was the two that we could cut out, and I would put that right over the first wreath. I think it gives it a lot of a pop, but having this on there just by itself, I think would not have given me as much of a pop as actually stamping it and then putting the other one over. Okay, so then if you would like to make this, say, it could be a Thanksgiving card, I would also add the bow, which is a cutout, and then you could add some of the leaves. Okay, so I could make the wreath with the leaves and do something like that. Easy Thanksgiving card. Okay, so also, let me move that out of the way. I stamped the wreath again, just in the old olive on the vanilla paper, and I didn't want to make this one a Thanksgiving card, so I put "Life is better with a friend like you," and then I've got some mango. Okay, so again, I might put another wreath on top, but this time I'm going to put one of the cutouts that's similar to this and lay that right on top. I really like the look of the two wreaths together. Okay, and then I could add some of the mango flowers on that. I could put a bow on this one as well. Okay, and I would probably, if I'm going to put the bow that color, I would also add some of the little cutout flowers that also go with that color. And what a cute, cute, easy card to make. All right, so just one more. I again took the in color card set that I have, and this is using the cinnamon cider. Okay, again, they're blank on the inside. And for this one, instead of adding a mat here to the front, I thought I would try adding both wreaths. And I wanted to make this one just a best wishes card. So I stamped that and put it on, or cut it out as a circle. And then I took both of the wreaths, the one that's more of a leaf and the one that's more of a berry, and I kind of intertwined them. See how I took some of the leaves and put it over top, and then I would put that around there. And then if I wanted to decorate this one, I would take some of these enamel dots and put them around this particular wreath. And again, all these colors go well together because they're all in the in colors. And then you could, if you wanted to stamp something on the inside, you could as well. You know, you could stamp the little pheasant bird. It's got a little box here that you can also use to add things to, flowers and leaves and whatnot. So I hope that this has given you just a little glimpse into two of the new sets in the catalog, the Well Done and the Arrange a Wreath, and giving you a couple of ideas about what you could do with those. So I hope you're having a great day. Thanks.